Good morning, students. In the last class, we have started understanding various financial ratios. In line with that, I have discussed liquidity ratios in the last class. Today, we'll try to understand what are the various activity ratios the management looks at to understand the performance. What are these particular activity ratios? Why they are important? In any organization, we are going to invest in various kinds of assets. We are going to invest in fixed assets. We are going to invest in various current assets, and we like to understand how efficiently we are utilizing this particular assets, how efficiently these assets are being used, and how efficiently we are leveraging these assets to benefit the organization in terms of the sales, in terms of profitability. If you are investing in any asset, either in the short run or in the long run, this particular asset should produce higher sales and higher profitability. So to understand this particular thing, we have various activity ratios which are commonly used by various managements to understand the efficiency and also the effectiveness with which these various assets are being used in the organization. The common activity ratios which are used are the capital turnover ratio, fixed assets turnover ratio, inventory turnover ratio, debtors turnover ratio, creditors turnover ratio, working capital turnover ratio, and if at all, we can also look at the various tiny components in the current assets and try to understand how this has a relationship with the sales to understand its efficiency or efficacy of having in the organization. Today, we are going to learn something about the inventory turnover ratio. The inventory turnover ratio is also called stock turnover ratio. Stock will be in the form of raw materials. Stock will be in the form of work in progress. Stock will be in the form of finished stock. How effectively or how efficiently we are using these inventories. For a given sales, we should minimize the size of inventories. That is, at any moment of time, the organization likes to invest minimum size of inventories to get a particular level of sales. To understand the inventory turnover, how do you find out this particular inventory turnover ratio? There are two different formulas we can use to find out this particular inventory turnover ratio. The inventory turnover ratio can be found out by using a formula wherein we are going to have the cost of goods sold in the numerator, and it will be divided by the average inventory at cost. I'm repeating, the inventory turnover ratio is equal to the cost of goods sold divided by average inventory at cost. When we are not given the cost of goods sold, or when it is not, this cost of goods sold is not available in the information provided in the financial statements, we are going to take net sales instead of cost of goods sold. Then the formula would be net sales divided by average stock, average inventory at, I'm repeating, the inventory turnover ratio is either the cost of goods sold divided by average inventory at cost, or net sales divided by average inventory at cost. Along with this particular inventory turnover ratio, we are also going to find out what we call as inventory conversion period. The inventory turnover ratio gives a particular number in terms of times, number of times. That is, the sales are 1 lakh, the inventory is, average inventory is 10,000, the inventory turnover ratio is going to be 10 times. But this particular inventory turnover ratio may not be so appealing to understand quickly the performance of the inventory. So, to help understand the efficiency of the inventory in a better way, we are going to use this particular inventory turnover ratio to find what is called inventory conversion period. Inventory conversion period is the number of days between the material purchased, it is the number of periods between the time when we have purchased raw materials and when we sold this particular raw material. That is, it is the number of days within which we are in a position to convert raw materials into finished stock and sell that particular goods to an outsider. So it is a inventory conversion period tells in terms of use in terms of number of days within which the goods, the raw materials have been converted into finished stock and sold to an outsider. Now let us take a problem with regard to the inventory turnover ratio and the inventory conversion period. Please take down the problem. This particular paper is also separately sent to you for convenience. Let us take the problem. Please write down the problem. Mrs. Ramesh and Company supplies you the following information. Mrs. Ramesh and Company supplies you the following information for the year ended, for the year ending 31st December 2019. For the year ending 31st December 2019. Credit sales are equal to 1,50,000 rupees. Credit sales are 1,50,000 rupees. Cash sales are rupees 2,50,000. Cash sales are rupees 2,50,000. Returns inwards are 25,000 rupees, rupees 25,000. Returns inwards, rupees 25,000. Opening stock is equal to 25,000, rupees 25,000. Closing stock is equal to rupees 35,000. Closing stock is equal to rupees 35,000. I'm repeating numbers. Trade sales are equal to rupees 1,50,000. Cash sales are equal to 2,50,000. Returns inwards is equal to 25,000. Opening stock is equal to rupees 25,000. Closing stock is equal to rupees 35,000. Find out one inventory turnover ratio when gross profit ratio is 20%. Inventory turnover ratio when gross profit ratio is 20%. Second bit is inventory conversion period. Find inventory conversion period. Now let us solve the problem. To do this problem, we require the cost of goods sold and the average stock. To find out the inventory turnover, we require two different components. One is cost of goods sold and the average stock. Here, in this particular problem, we are not given the cost of goods sold, but we can indirectly find the cost of goods sold because the gross profit ratio has been given to you. So let us first find out the cost of goods sold. To find out that particular thing, first of all, we need to find out the net sales figure. The net sales are equal to the cash sales plus credit sales minus returns inwards. So net sales are equal to 1,50,000 cash sales plus credit sales are 2,50,000. Both have to be added and you are going to deduct returns inwards. So 1,50,000 plus 2,50,000 minus 25,000. Total put together is 3,75,000. After getting the net sales, we have to find out the gross profit on sales. Gross profit on sales can be found out because we know the percentage of gross profit versus the sales. So gross profits on sales will be equal to 3,75,000 multiplied by 20 divided by 100 because 20% is the gross profit ratio. So 3,75,000 multiplied by 20 divided by 100, which gives you 75,000. So the cost of goods sold will be 3,75,000 minus 75,000. 3,75,000 minus 75,000. 3,75,000 is the total net sales and gross profit is 75,000. So the cost of goods sold will be rupees 3 lakhs rupees. Then we need to find out the average stock. What is the average stock? Average stock is equal to the opening stock at the beginning of the year plus closing stock at the end of the year divided by 2. So opening stock has been given to you as 25,000. Closing stock has been given to you as 35,000. So the average will be 25,000 plus 35,000 divided by 2, which is going to be 30,000. 25,000 plus 35,000 divided by 2, which is going to be 30,000. So we have got both the figures. One is cost of goods sold and the other one is the average stock. So inventory turnover will be equal to 3 lakhs divided by 30,000, which is going to be 10 times. 10 times. That is, in a year, we are in a position to use the same inventories over and over for 10 times. That is the meaning of this particular inventory turnover ratio. As I said, we can also find the inventory conversion period by using this particular inventory turnover ratio. From this is the, as already stated, the average, the inventory conversion period is equal to 365 days divided by inventory turnover ratio. I am repeating, inventory conversion period is equal to 365 days divided by inventory turnover ratio. What is 365? Is the number of days in a year. So 365 days divided by inventory turnover ratio gives you inventory conversion period. Here in this particular problem, inventory conversion period will be equal to 365 divided by 10, which is going to be 36.5. 365 divided by 10, which gives you 36.5 days. That is, when inventory comes into the organization, we will be in a position to convert this particular inventory into finished stock and sell to the outsider within this particular 36.5 days. That is the meaning of inventory conversion period. If you are going to, the efficiency depends upon within how many days if you are going to minimize this particular number. That is, if some other organization is, or this same organization is going to minimize this particular number to 30, then this particular organization is moving towards more efficiency. Supposing that in this particular month, the inventory conversion period is 36.5 days, whereas in the next month, inventory conversion period is 40 days. That means we are moving towards inefficiency because we are not in a position to convert the raw materials into finished stock and sell to the outsider within that period. We have taken 40 days to convert this particular thing. That is, we are becoming more inefficient. Supposing that we are in the next month, we have lessened this particular conversion period, then it shows that the organization is moving towards more efficiency. Thank you.